Landing a job in multimedia feels like being Neo from the Matrix, except I'm not asking what is the Matrix. I'm saying things like, can I make the career jump? Do I have the cultural capital to do it? The specific forms of knowledge, skills, and abilities valued by privileged groups in society. To me, anyone able to make a living in multimedia development is part of a privileged group. How do I stop being on the outside looking in? How can I break through to the other side? I'm John Capagrossi, and I'm not an actor, as you can tell. This is my fiancée Uni and our kids Brianna and Nathan. For over 15 years, I've worked in higher education. For 11 of those years, I was at Azusa Pacific University. One very meaningful part of working there was that I was able to complete over 30 units of cinematic arts coursework at no cost, so I pretty much was able to get almost an entire film degree for free, and I'm truly thankful for that. Even from the beginning, I really wanted to push myself in the areas of digital storytelling and visual effects. As a science fiction fan, I really wanted to use the visual effects from the get-go to tell stories that really held the interest of the viewer, but I had to teach myself how to do these effects really with no formal training. I continued this with the Pasadena Film Group. That's an independent group of artists I founded and brought together. We created this film called 3 Minutes based on my script, and I produced, directed, and edited this film. It really was a crash course in project management. I really had to coordinate a lot of people and push myself to create visual effects to tell this story of a... One thought that did occur to me at the time is that if I could learn how to do these effects without a formal master's degree education, what could I do if I really had a master's in multimedia? How far could I go with this? And so that was an exciting thought, and that's what drove me to seek out this degree program. A high point of my education was in 2014. I took a class called Directing for the Camera with Dr. Greg Michael. He previously was an assistant director for major films like The Mummy and G.I. Joe, but he was a very down-to-earth person and really taught us a lot about visual storytelling, getting the best out of the camera and getting the best out of everyone you work with, and just using the camera to tell stories in the best way possible.
Not going to lead to a very happy conclusion, Mr. Kaplan.
Have a drink, Mr. Kaplan.
Being able to take this class and work as hard as I did and being able to create the films that I did while still having a family and a full-time job, it really encouraged me to feel that I really could succeed in a master's degree program in multimedia. So I'm truly thankful to have taken his class. He actually wrote one of my letters of recommendation to be accepted into the educational multimedia program at Cal Poly. Since being here at Cal Poly, I did create one more film, that's Valley of the Drought, and that was my first educational film. And I was really working to try to make more of a documentary feel to the film, creating charts, basic motion graphics, dolly shots in nature. I really just pushed myself to create the most professional product I could to serve the needs of education. After 7 years of video production projects under my belt, I really feel that I've laid a great foundation for multimedia production and development. I currently work for Pacific Oaks College as a program manager for human development, and in my role helping faculty and students, I definitely use mostly software programs like Word, PowerPoint, and of course Excel. However, I've started carrying out some video editing for the college. I've cleaned up some PowerPoint presentations to post on the internet. I've moved into filming and editing seminars and vlogs for our supervisor, Dr. Donald Grant, seen here. My 3-year plan, that includes graduation from Cal Poly Pomona and certification in Apple and Adobe products, and then networking with employers. My 5-year plan is really to be able to branch out in professional multimedia development, really become a part of a team of creative professionals. That would really be a dream come true for me. And in 10 years, I hope to really be leading a creative team or working together with them to create educational films, e-learning environments, educational games, any way that multimedia can serve the needs of learners. My field experience interview was with Mr. Mark Labatt from TCS Education Systems. That's the parent company of Pacific Oaks College, and it was great to learn from Mark about serving the needs of faculty through the products he creates. And this really also was a great professional contact for me to make as well. The learning theory I most subscribe to is constructivism, Lev Vygotsky's concepts of scaffolding, and the zone of proximal development. And I really feel that the ZPD concept really is the role of multimedia in education. It's simply a scaffold the learning objectives that are led by the teacher. Whether that teacher, even if they're the guide on the side, they're still the guide, and multimedia is just a scaffold for their objectives in teaching the learners. My favorite person in the field that's influenced me a lot in a short time is Dr. Richard E. Mayer from UC Santa Barbara, and his theories of cognitive multimedia and multimedia production. He really lays out scientifically how to create multimedia learning tools that work with the human brain and to offload cognitive overload. And it's really incredible theories. They've influenced me a lot, and I definitely plan to use his research in my upcoming thesis. My personal pedagogical philosophy is really summarized by the New London group of researchers. Their quote is, "The mission of education is to ensure that all students benefit from learning in ways that allow them to fully participate in public, community, and economic life." To me, that's true cultural capital, and that's the power of education, is to empower people to better their lives. The place of technology in education is a tool that's there to scaffold the concepts, skills, or objectives. But once again, all technology tools, whether they're iPads, smartboards, whether they're children or even by college students, technology in education is only truly effective when it's in the hands of a great teacher. Technology can never replace the teacher. The teacher is the heart and soul of education. Technology is just a scaffold to help the learners. We live in a multimedia world. People are more influenced by visual multimedia than ever before. What better person to put the power of media in their hands than the educators of our world? And I will make products that serve their needs and the needs of their students. I'm John Capagrossi, and I'm a multimedia developer for education and industry. Thanks for watching.